Hello, it's been about a month since I did an update video, so I was going to go ahead and do a update video about my 300 gallon indoor pond, and I was going to do the 60 gallon also. So I guess I'll start with the 60 gallon. Um, I had 4 minnows, and unfortunately 2 of them died. I think they had a hard time competing for food because they looked kind of emaciated, and they were a little intimidated by these other 2 minnows that were a little tougher. They started going downhill as soon as I added the guppies. The guppies just ate the little bit of food that those other ones were getting. So yeah, I got about 15 guppies though, and all the guppies in here, they do just fine. The koi fish leaves them alone. He's more interested in getting pellets of food from me, or shrimps. He's like, yeah, yeah, give me some shrimps. Oh man, I'm so hungry, dude. Hey, over here. Shrimps, shrimps. Look, I'm hungry. Here, let's give him the shrimps. Yeah, I do maintenance about once a week on the filter. Add a little water, take a little water out, probably about 10%. Let's see. I think he needs a small piece. He or she, I don't know what sex it is yet. Oh, hey. Yeah, I picked this koi fish because it had really kind of unique looking scales on the side. Some kind of mutt koi. Let's see. There you go, buddy. Let's see if he'll take it from my hand. Yeah, this koi fish is growing pretty fast. I've had it a few months now. I think they behave differently when I raise them in just one instead of when I raise them in pairs or more. When I raise them in pairs or more, they're more internally focused on their own behavior. But if I just have one of them like this, they're just always focused outside of the tank mostly. Well, if there's not food in there. When I first put the koi in there, he kind of got bullied by the minnows a little bit because he was about their size, but then as soon as he got a little bigger, of course, no problems. Yeah, and up here in the top, um, it's been okay. Let's see. This Salvinia, let's see if I can get a better picture here. It's been doing pretty good. Everything else is not doing pretty good. The duckweed, the giant duckweed. Yeah, I think what's really given the duckweed a hard time is the algae I have under the water surface. See, I have to pull this stuff out like at least once a week. Yeah, and the Salvinia, it's just carpeting. I can pull it out every 3 or 4 days, like cut it to 50%, and it'll just regrow back, which is fine because I haven't done maintenance on the Fluval FX6 I got down here in probably 6 months. It's almost embarrassing. Kind of part of an experiment because the water's been crystal clear. It's perfectly fine, but every 2 weeks I'll take out about 5 gallons and I'll add whatever water I lost due to evaporation, and then the 5 gallons I took out. It's been an effective method so far. Yeah, I got these mutt guppies. They are just lively. That one right there looks like it's missing part of its tail, but it's actually clear. I thought it was like, what? It got nipped on, but then I looked really closely and it was just clear. Yeah, most of these guppies were just kind of plain looking. Don't have too many of them with flashy colors. Here. And I guess I'll go over here to the 300 gallon. I'm gonna take a break. Hello, I'm back. Alright, we'll look at the 300 gallon here. And the thing that's going on with the 300 gallon is my cherry tomato plants on this side, they're not doing too good. Sometimes, like, I've been growing them for about 3 years. Sometimes they will look like they're dying, and then shoots will pop out everywhere and it'll just regrow. This is just a pile of dead. So I was kind of giving it a shot. So I didn't want to pull it out yet, but when I lift up the that kind of smells a little foul in there. I don't want it to be producing ammonia. So if it doesn't do any better, I'm going to pull it out, and then I'm going to take some shoots off of this cherry tomato plant and restart it. But yeah, the cherry tomato plant over here, it's doing pretty awesome. The lights look different over there because I turned them up all the way. This is like 40% power, and then over there I turned it up at 100%, and a last ditch effort to get it to resprout. But it's about 2 years old. This one right here is a little younger. Yep. I have to go through and pull out the dead undergrowth. I do that at least once a week, once every other week. If I don't, they'll accumulate at the bottom, and then mold will happen on them. Got this. But yeah, and down here in the lower level, this is the side with the clear gold guppies. I've just been every few days or so, I'll take this string algae. It seems like I think it's a different type of string algae compared to the other side. Like, this seems more like I don't know, I'm gonna get some out. Real fine. Let me put some on here. It's kind of gross. Let's see. It has real fine hairs, but it's like, you know, kind of slimy. But yeah, it just kind of rolls up easy with this scraper tool. It's a scraper tool I got on Amazon. I usually wait a little bit longer for it to accumulate before I do this. Like a few weeks ago, it was growing attached to the wall, but I think the snails are preventing it from attaching to the wall. Yeah, how I get it off here is I go do that, do that, do that. And before I dump it into the bucket, I'll check it for big snails. I've got some of the little snails, I kind of waste them. Yeah, I've had this netting up. I've been putting it up regularly because I got that goldfish that jumped out when it was half its size. It jumped out of here because I didn't have netting, and it was out of the water for like 3 hours. Its eye was sunk into its head. I found it, I thought it was dead, and I was getting ready to throw it away, and its gill moved, so I put it under a stream of water right here till it moisturized. The tip of its fins were all dried up. But anyways, I had put it in the 60 gallon to heal, and then once it healed up, I put it back in here. But, yep. On this side over here, I got my colored guppies. Yeah, this is just a mix. I put all the guppies, a mix of them in here. I put some of the clear ones over there, the gold clear ones. I can't believe how fast. I know they call these, the nickname is a million fish because they have so many babies. From 3 guppies to 50 guppies in about 5 months, I think it, yeah, 5 or 6 months. But yeah, the algae on this side's like much thicker and heavier. That's good. Come on, camera. Oh, okay, camera. This Note 20 has some awesome cameras. Yeah, this is like a thicker string algae. It doesn't grow as fast as that poopy algae, and the snails don't like to eat this as much. Hey, buddy. What you doing? Get you back in there. But yeah, these snails are overpopulating, so in order for the population not to crash, I generally, when I remove this algae, I'll take the little snails and not put them back. I'll usually cut this algae down to about 50%, maybe once a week. This side I've been letting overgrow because I put these bottles in here. Yeah, just pretty much cut the bottom of the bottle and cut circles in it under the water level. It's been pretty entertaining. The guppies just go in there and they have a blast. Like, they're not in there right now because they're begging me for food. They're like, yeah, give me some food, man. I'll get back to them after this video. If I had 3 hands, I would feed them right now. This is my fluval. Yep, they say keep these fluval filters below the water level, like below the water. And if you don't, it'll burp a lot. It'll collect air for some reason, and like because it naturally shuts off it's programmed to shut off every 12 hours to let the bubbles escape that it accumulates from the water. But when the filter is at the same level as the water, they accumulate faster and can't purge that quick. But in order to get around that, I just bought a timer, and I set it to turn off and on every 6 hours. Turn off for 5 minutes and turn back on after 5 minutes. So, if you want to know what kind of timer, my favorite timers to use are, let's see, What is that thing? Near Pow. Yeah, it's very convenient. It has different features, and the only thing is it's not water resistant. You get water on that thing, and it's a fire hazard. And let's see. So far, the last few days, this goldfish has been very lethargic. So you can't even see him. Nope, that ain't gonna happen. But the little goldfish is not being active. I think it's not getting enough food or something going on with it. I have been trying to reduce the amount of food I've been giving everybody because the guppies have been increasing in population so much, and nothing wants to eat them. I think accidents happen with the guppies, because whenever I walk up, all these guppies, they're like, "Come on, give me some food," and so are the goldfish and koi. In order to get around that, I was trying to train the guppies to come over here with some flake food and then wave my hand in a circle and get their attention. And then that usually gets about 75% of them to go over there. But no. So I'm going to end up having a population control problem. I'm hoping that's not the case. I hope the guppies just slow down their reproduction. But what's happening is through natural selection in the big tank, from just throwing them all in there, either they're all dark or very light. Because the goldfish were raised with corridors, like all these fish, the bigger fish, the koi and the goldfish were raised with koi cats, and they're about the color of the clear ones. They're albino corridors anyway. They are. So the goldfish need not to eat them because corridors are really hard plated catfish, and they'll dart around and kind of attack the goldfish if they get pestered, so they left them alone. So I think through association they're not attacking the clear ones, and the black ones, they're camouflaging in and they're not getting eaten. But all the ones that are colored, the ones with like a lot of white or orange or blue or anything, like no checkered tails. I had one or two checkered tails, but I never see the goldfish actually go after them. Right now the water in there is kind of cloudy. I'm thinking the last water change I did last week caused a crash in the bacteria colony somehow. So might have something to do with why the goldfish is acting funny. Although the nitrate levels and ammonia levels are all normal. Well, no, nitrate's a little bit high for an aquarium because, not doing large water changes very often. In this 300, I'll put probably 50 gallons in every 2 weeks. Take out maybe 15 gallons. But yeah, I definitely couldn't have it open like that if I didn't have this dehumidifier. If you do run this dehumidifier, you got to make sure you got to clean this cable about once a month or so, or you're going to get some kind of clear, white looking moldy stuff growing in there. And also, I think that's a good condition for what's Legionnaire's disease to grow, so you got to be careful about that. I definitely wouldn't drink this water. I've gotten in it with open cuts and stuff, and I haven't gotten sick or parasites. Oh, and here, yeah, I put my only blue guppy I put in with the clear ones. I'd like to eventually have clear guppies, not yellow clear like these are, or maybe clear blue. and then as blue metallic as I can get them to be. They don't like to go into these bottles. The behavior of these clear ones are a little bit different than the other ones. They're more timid, and they tend to forage more. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do something with the snail population here though, because they're eating everything on the surfaces, which is causing the algae only to be able to grow on the surface of the water, which means I can accidentally overharvest everything. But definitely snails are a good way to get rid of string algae. It's just that there's going to be so many snails it might cause an ammonia spike, nitrate spike. Yeah, I've run out of things to talk about. I'm going to tidy up. Everything's kind of sloppy. Okay. Hope you enjoyed the video somewhat. Have a good day or night.